Sentire Media.
Well, hello there. Thank you for downloading the podcast from Italy. I'm Jason. Good morning, Ashley.
Ciao, ciao.
It is the end of January. It is a warm, wet winter's day. It's perfect for firing up the microphones and doing a podcast. And because I don't want to clean a bathroom and
whether we have guests
or go
or
outside.
not. Yep, exactly. So let's chat about just January. It's been a long but weirdly short month because we got a bunch of snow.
I think this month has flown by.
That's what I mean. We lost a week. So let's talk about it. We haven't had snow like this in years.
Now, Ashley's going to make this seem... we forgot to set everything up.
Oh, we live in Italy. Down a long dirt road at a farmhouse called Cacamone.
All right, skip it this time. If you don't know by now, you don't know. Whatever. Okay,
we're the crew from the top. We're the street crew from La Tavola Market.
Anyway, we had our first proper snowstorm in 4 or 5 years, right?
Definitely. It has been.
It was enough snow, and it really hit more.
Since we've had Leroy for sure, I would say pre-COVID for sure. It has been years.
Now, when I say a proper snowstorm, it was 25, 30 centimeters. It was enough to where you had a shovel.
At least 30.
But you didn't, but it went away in a week, and it was
glorious. It was that marshmallow snow where it's heavy, and it just hangs and covers everything. It was beautiful. I love the snow. I was loving it. Maggie was loving it, running around playing. Leroy
didn't eat or drink water for a week. All he would do is go out and eat snow.
He acted like his mouth was a snowplow, but would take dainty bites of snow as he was walking, playing, doing anything. He would have to stop and get a little snow. But that beautiful, heavy wet snow caused a lot of not significant damage, but out where we are is one of the we got some of the best accumulation, I would say, in our area.
Lots of downed limbs and downed trees. We have one that we get to chop up here or zip up here in a little bit as soon as it dries out.
Nothing catastrophic, but like when you go on the walks and with the dogs and you look down at the river or just into the woods, like you can see.
What was crazy is listening to you can hear the branches break all through the valley. So, when it snows out, it's really, really silent and calm. There was no wind, and towards the end of the storm, you would just go out there and listen, and you would just hear that, and you kind of look over and see where is it falling from, and
So the trees are right at our house that came down, and some along the river were really just uprooted. We had plenty of rain before, and it was just so heavy and wet. Whereas when we took the pass to go over into Città di Castello, up through Apecchio, into Città di Castello, into Umbria, that pass, it seemed like most of those trees, I'm sure that any of the big ones that were uprooted were removed immediately, but the damage that you could really see was the tops of a ton of trees, where it just looked like it was just cracked over from the top down, just too heavy.
But we never really lost power, so no complaints here. It was nice, other than I thought it was Thursday and it was like Saturday. I was 2 days off of the whole week.
God, you told me not to worry. It happens all the time in the snow when you don't leave. But it did mean there are some projects to do. The fence for part of the chicken coop came down. So Jason worked on it with Gaggi. It's been a while since you guys have done a project together. And in fact, I don't think you were even going to mention it to him, but he came over in daylight because they didn't come back out here.
Well, no, the weather was terrible. So they stay mostly at their house on the coast where the weather was much, much more mild.
Exactly.
And to catch anyone up who doesn't know, Gaggi's our adopted Italian papa who now is the lovable curmudgeon. And when we haven't done projects in a while because last time he he missed with the chainsaw and got my hand, and thankfully I was wearing gloves and it just ripped the glove, and I look at him like, what the fuck, man? And he goes, good thing you were wearing gloves, huh? I was like, all right, we're done. We're done with
They
projects.
had to stop doing projects so much so that Rosanna came over to make sure they were still friends. So we were coming over for Easter that lunch.
So Gaggi caught me the other day mid-project putting up a new part of the chicken fence, and he wanted to help out. Now,
real excited.
Our
he was
old dynamic. It's really funny how you fall right back into the old dynamic.
Because he saw this in the morning. He came by in the morning. And whoa. Light of day. There's a lot of work to be done. I will be over. And he was like, I'll be here by 2.
And it was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. You don't I got it.
Like, I got to go collect my tools. I'll be back. P.S. When he does show up, this is a doctor who owns multiple homes. He wears gloves that all of the fingers on one of the gloves and like half the fingers on the other were only held together with duct tape around the entire
I asked
finger.
him, I got another pair of gloves. You want more? You want another pair? No, these are good. These are good.
Oh my God.
Whatever. Anyway, the fence got up without much argument, except Ashley. Ashley had to come in and butt in towards the end, and I had to tell her, just let it go. Just let it go. Just
like you said, all the dynamics returned. Like you slip into the old ways of me then going, what the hell? I come out going, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this taking?
But towards the end of the day, we were basically done, and I had to go walk the dog. So it was like, all right, we got the fence up. Looks good. All I have to do is backfill the trench we did. I'll do that.
He was butthurt you were leaving.
Well, I have to go walk the dogs.
He's like, walk them later. It's like, it's getting dark.
There's no light right this time of year. Anyway, I take off. My little chainsaw is sitting there, and he decides that one of the uprooted smaller trees, it needed to be chainsawed up at that moment. Now, chainsawing these trees is a little dangerous because they're uprooted and they have all this pressure in their trunks and on the, it's not a log laying on the ground. It's you got to kind of make sure you're not going to.
And it's not just a big branch.
No, it's a whole tree. You got to make sure you're not going to pinch the saw or get popped in the face when it finally does cut through. So Gaggi, I wasn't even here.
Okay,
I had
I'll
no
tell
idea
the story.
what happened.
So I am picking up the tools. First of all, I'm trying to be like, hey, Jay, do you want me to walk the dogs and stay here with him? He's like, I got the dogs. Meaning I'm done with Gaggi today. So I go to start picking up the tools and organizing and stuff. And since the chainsaw, Jason got how big would you call this?
It's a pruning chainsaw.
A pruning chainsaw. So he got it going for him. And just like classic Gaggi ADD, he just whips it in the air, and the tree that I'm working under to pick up stuff, gathering stuff, he just zips off a little random branch right there. Didn't ever need to be done. That tree is standing. And then he looks around and noticed, oh, that's not even the tree I was going to go for. And I was like, what is he doing? So I see him go over to the tree, and I see him looking around, and he takes the first side off, which was perfect, the right size chainsaw for the job. And I see him looking around, and the next branch that he should take off properly to kind of start taking some of the branches off first, it's just a little too high for him. And I see him do what I saw my grandpa do at one point, of waving it above his head to see if he could reach. And it was like he knew he couldn't reach. I'm just standing back, gathering, like staring at him like, oh my God. And then I hear him start to do the trunk of the tree.
Which you need a bigger chainsaw to do the trunk. I mean, you can get it done with this little pruning chainsaw. You just have to go slow and blah, blah, well.
So all of a sudden, I think, and I'm going, oh my God. In my head, I'm like, this isn't the right size. Even I know that, but Gaggi would never want to go get another chainsaw. He's got this one running. And all of a sudden I could smell it. And I was like, oh no. And then silence. And Gaggi I look up, and he's standing there, and he holds up the chainsaw, and the chain is just hanging.
So,
and he goes, Jason's going to have to fix this.
Yeah.
And then he shoves it to me, and he gets in his car and drives away. Just a classic Gaggi. It was so funny.
So, yeah.
And he just for some reason was terrified of that's what set me off.
I think it scared him.
No, I think he was scared of the staple gun. That's what I was so upset about. I was like, this thing will be done in 10 minutes. Use the staple gun.
That's out of left field. No one knows anything of what you're
Sorry,
talking
doing
about.
the fence. Anyway.
That's out of left field. Anyway,
obviously, it's still stuck with me.
So, the tree was not chopped.
Oh, and then it wasn't finished.
No. He got halfway through, broke the chainsaw, just bent the bar and the chain slipped off the bar, and it probably scared him pretty good. That's a good way. It's a good way to get your fingers all messed up. So
he took off after that. So that was pretty classic.
But whatever.
So you've got the big tree to take apart, though.
Yeah, we'll do that later when it dries out a little bit. That's a big project.
So speaking of a big project, this is actually huge news, and this was in the Smithsonian. Also, someone emailed it to me, but it wasn't necessary. It was nice that they did, but it's been all over the news, here in Fano, on our favorite little fisherman village on the coast, which is about 45 minutes away. I'll read you a little bit of this. The archaeologists say they've found a long-lost basilica that matches the description the architect wrote 2,000 years ago. And the architect they're talking about is Vitruvius, and he influenced Leonardo da Vinci, for example. Anyway, this incredible basilica from 2,000 years ago. I guess they thought they found it a few years ago, and it's taken all these years now to give the go ahead to start digging
or raise the funds to do so.
Correct. And I just brought it up. It's gonna be a shit show. it's beautiful.
Right.
I'm sure in 50 years this could be cool to come back and see, but oh my god, the photos they show, this is right where the market is in Fano. It is literally in the same area that the same street where the fish market is, just right around the corner from our favorite gelateria Maki. This is just going to be a disaster
forever
for the next 2,000 years.
Totally. I will be shocked if our lifetime we see this thing dug up.
Oh my god.
Well, how long have they been working on Pompeii?
Oh my god, exactly. So I don't even know, but it's super exciting, in a archaeological context.
Everyone's real boned up for
Everyone's super pumped. Like I said, talking about it, the photos are great. The mayor's wearing the sash in every photo. They're doing they've started to do these AI videos of what it would have looked like before. But when you see the pictures of the street right now, you're like, we are a long way from that. And this is Italy. Who knows? So I just wonder.
Any more information, or just complaining about how it's going to be harder to get to your favorite fish restaurant?
That was basically why I brought it up. I thought it was kind of cool that it's covered by the Smithsonian stuff. But when you really look and think of day-to-day life down there and how that affects everyone,
it's right smack dab in the middle.
Oh my god!
But if you come here, it'll be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it would. I wonder too. I was like, how close can you get to it?
Absolutely not. They will put a big fence.
Yes, you're not even going to be able to watch the progress or anything.
Absolutely not.
I know
they don't want the general public walking around this stuff.
No, but if they have the fence around, but you could just look in and see, that would be kind of cool. That you're like, well, I mean, it sucks that it
doesn't really look like much right now. It just looks like big cobblestones that they're taking paintbrushes to.
We'll see. Anyway, so that's in the Smithsonian and in Fano, or that was covered by the Smithsonian magazine.
Yeah, I was going to say, how is that in the Smithsonian?
Not in the Smithsonian. What else? So another crazy cool thing from Italy and our region and area is even closer than Fano is our neighboring village, Urbania, that's where we do a ton of stuff. If it's not Piobico, it's Urbania for the most part. They have a age-old tradition. Even in this article, I couldn't figure out how long ago it started, but of reading the onions.
So here, the lore for the next year's weather doesn't go with some animal popping up from underneath.
No groundhog.
Doesn't go with an almanac. It goes with reading of the onion skins.
So it's crazy. They do this every January 25th. And this woman in particular in Urbania, it's an ancestral tradition. She's been doing it for 35 years, inherited the knowledge of the onion by her father in 1995, and it went back from there. So here's what you do. You take a golden onion, like just a classic onion, and you cut and 12 wedges into 12 wedges. Then you place this cutting board on the windowsill. It must be facing east. Then you sprinkle the onions wedges with non-iodized salt.
So basically sea salt.
Sea salt. And then the next morning, you read the onion. And
what do you read?
You're reading to see the different like layers and whatnot, and to see how much moisture has been, how much the salt has been dissolved.
Okay.
And the lady said she ain't seen salt dissolve like this ever before. So here is what has been forecasted. The quick of it is supposed to be a rainy spring and a hot but short summer. But it's really interesting. So they break it down by the months. I don't have to go into the whole thing.
Because there's 12 different different pieces.
So
how about just giving us the seasons?
The seasons is winter is supposed to continue as it has been and intensifying in the rain, sleet, damp days. Probable snowfall could happen until March. So one of those long, wet winters. Spring, particularly rainy and heavy rains until June. We'll see about that. Then it sounds like July and August.
Hold on, you're skipping. The onion barometer indicates spring is the season of greatest rainfall and showers for this year. Okay.
The summer season, except for June, is presented with the usual characters of sunny and warm days through July and August, with a rainy and very variable September.
For autumn, wedges announce variability with a few days of rains, quite temperate. Going down the monthly details, okay, so more of a classic year this year, hopefully.
Because, man, we've had those like long, hot, dry summers for a while now.
Like the middle to the end of May, it just gets hot and it doesn't stop till September.
Well, you were saying this today when we were talking about the onions. We were saying how by now we have already been here nearly 20 years, so we could start to see certain different weather cycles or patterns and things like that too. Because when we first got here, June was a lot more unpredictable.
Very much so. We would have the first few years we had wet Junes, and then June started in the last 10 years maybe. June has when summer really kicks off.
Oh yeah, because remember that end of May that was so crappy that we had to replant all the tomatoes.
Exactly.
So, well, we'll see if the onions are correct, but it's a fun little non-Groundhog Day version in Italy. They read the onions. That's Chicha. She might have if you've stayed here before, she might have knocked on your door to get into your room. Ciao, Chicha.
What do you want?
I also wanted to share with you guys, I mentioned it before on the last podcast and I wasn't sure when it would be published, but I am proud to announce that the National Geographic and National Geographic Traveler article, The Top Gourmet Stays to Book This Year, is published. You can either buy a copy, or you can read it online through just nationalgeographic.com, or check it out on National Geographic Traveler. And what's really cool is these aren't just like the best stays in Italy, gourmet stays in Italy. This is all over the world. We're the only one mentioned in Italy. And they talk about our butchery course, our whole hog butchery course, which if you are interested is mid-October, the 14th to the 18th, I think. Visit the website, check it out. But also check out these other gourmet stays throughout there's 12 of them. But pretty exciting. I was pretty proud to be in National Geographic. Jason has checked out of the podcast and is now just petting the cat.
Sorry. Woo!
He cares nothing about
National Geographic.
So that was exciting for me. We still have, speaking of the business stuff, we've got a few dates available still in May. We've got our 5-night Made in La Marche workshop with the 2 different cooking classes, wine tour, market trip, behind the scenes, all the good stuff. And we'll be doing that one in May, June, and September. And those are filling up quick. So if you're interested, check out the site, latavolamarche.com.
Is that really all we have this month?
It's going to be time to start the seeds soon. We'll talk about that on the next one. We ordered a bunch of the seeds and we can go over what kind of garden you want to do.
There you go. Next month starts thinking about the garden again. Carnivale starts next month.
Yep. And we've got to start, we're trying to redo the boxes around the house, the flower boxes or beds for the veggies.
And we have to make a decision on material.
Exactly. Wood, stone, what are we doing? And we got to get on it.
Yes, we do. All right. Thank you so much. It's going to be a short, sweet one because there's not a lot going on here in January. Thank you so much for listening. Bring it home.
Have a good one. You know where to find us. Happy birthday to Jason tomorrow. And latavolamarche.com, LATAVOLAMARCHE. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Ciao, ciao.
Sentire Media.
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com, that's SENTIRE media.com, and find out how to submit your show.